Victoria is not happy. I wanted to give you an update on what's going on with Victoria. I've been super busy. I went onto Facebook because it's easy, and I told them, I think it was yesterday, she has metal toxicity. So she got a hold of, so that stand right there, which she's not allowed to go on anymore. I'm actually gonna, come here, Thomas, throw it out. Like, everything's crazy right now. Puffy's on it right now. No, don't irritate Thomas. Hold on. Hold on. My baby. You upset? Don't think she's gonna stay on me. She wants to be on her own. There she is. She has a full crop. So she just ate, which is good. Do you want to go over here instead? There she is. I look terrible. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna let her go up there. So that's where she'd rather be. So she just ate. And today was like the first she actually ate really well. Let me just show you, then I'll explain what's happening for those of you that don't know. So earlier today, because she has to go twice a day for chelation treatment, that's to get the metal out of her gizzard, and she has to have hydration. Do you see where her leg is swollen? So because her kidneys are having major issues because there's metal inside of her, and there was stuff missed on the previous CAT scan that we had done, and evidently there were 28 pieces of metal inside of her. Like, this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The last week has been unbelievable. So there was 28 pieces of metal inside of her, and it's from, I'm gonna throw the stand away, but I want to show everybody. Do you see that? I wasn't really paying attention. Like, you wouldn't think that's much, but tiny little slivers of paint. Hey. Oh, shoot, he's attacking me. Get back over there. You be nice. Don't attack me. Just bear with me, you guys. It's been wild. This place, it's wild. It's just wild. It's been wild. Lots of back and forth to the hospital. So all the other birds are feeling left out. So right there, so just chewing on it. This is something that could happen to anybody. Don't attack me. That has a bird that chews on the bars. Even if you have a coated cage, right? If you have a bird, I have a hole in my sleeve, Puffy ripped it, that chews the bars, they will eat that paint. They could eat that paint and get into the metal and get metal toxicity like what has happened to Victoria. So it is really serious, and that is why she was having her strokes. Right, baby? So she's feeling better today. That's why I'm live. Do you see how this leg's thicker than the other? Yeah. Do you see that? So that's where they injected fluids, IV fluids, to keep her hydrated when they're injecting the chelation therapy on the other side. It goes into the muscle, and it'll go through the body, and it'll take that metal and it'll push it out. So it's kind of like a magnet going through the body. So that's what's happening. It's just wild. So she had that CAT scan a few months ago. There were things that were missed on it because those CAT scans, it's just a gazillion images in there. Hello, Amy. Many images, so this is nobody's fault. It's easy to miss things, and Dr. G hired a veterinarian that specializes, all he really does is look at parrot CAT scans. He's writing a book on it. He's like, she says he is the best in the country. And I believe it, because not only did he find 28 pieces of metal in her body, he also found something going on in her sinuses. That could have been the feather that Dr. G got out of there. Are you sure you don't want me to hold you? You're shivering. Hold on, you guys. She shivers sometimes because of the pain. Like, she actually had a really decent day today. Hold on. But let me turn up the heat too. Hold on. And then I gotta make sure I don't go over 30 because we still have to go to the vet tonight for her second chelation treatment of the day. So it is just nonstop. Hold on. Let me just pick her up, not grab her. Come here, baby. It's been so crazy, you guys. And then I'm a hairdresser, so it has been, and with the toy sales, it's wonderful, but it has been so crazy with her being so sick. Like, back and forth to the hospital, like, it's been wild. But she's alive, so that's what counts. Let me just see if I can calm her down some. Okay, let's see if we can just keep it down in here a little bit. So, do you want to come here, Thomas? Let's just, maybe if I can hold him too, we can keep the volume down in here. Although birds make noise and that's okay. Okay, so where was I? So not only did he find something in her sinuses, we're not going to worry about that, but he also found a piece of plaque in her heart, which Dr. G, yes, she has pain medication, but it's given through a syringe, so Dr. G is going to give her some tonight. Today, she did not need it. She was doing so good. Like, today was a huge improvement, huge. And she actually ate. Like, my mom really worked on her tonight, and then I syringe fed her, and I'll show you what I'm feeding her, just in case your birds ever swallow metal. You can do it too. Hopefully they don't. Oh my gosh. But a lot of birds do, evidently, like from chewing on the bars, and a lot of people don't know their birds have metal inside of them. It's evidently, this, believe it or not, is a common thing. What was I saying? Oh, he found plaque, a piece of plaque, Hi Wyoming Adventures, Hey Anne Maria, in her heart. And now just like a tiny little one, but the problem where it's at, it's right where the blood exits the heart. Like, it's in the worst spot. Go figure. The only little plaque. And she's 50, and she was, you know, had a horrible life before she came here. So that was like amazing. That's all it was, but it was in the worst spot. So it basically, let's say that's the heart vessel and the blood's going through, it makes it smaller. So it puts pressure. So it makes that blood not fully go out of it and have to go in other places and create problems, which could also lower her blood pressure, causing those strokes that we've been seeing. So, but then he found the metal. So all of a sudden it was just like, oh my gosh, this is where we're focusing first. And then he also noticed on her knees, he found all of this. It's taken him a couple days. I don't even know how many hours we're at right now, having him search this, hundreds of images, but we're gonna have a full report soon. But as he goes along, oh look, she's finally relaxing. She's just out, you guys. He sends it in because it's so urgent. And then her knees are just ruined from all those years in that tiny cage that she was kept. It's like a parakeet-sized cage, and she couldn't move around. So she does have metal. We did do a fluoroscopy imaging. I don't know if, you know, I've made videos on that. It's live video imaging, like an x-ray, but it's live, so you can see the butting or turner legs. Yes. You can see everything moving inside the body, and your bird can just stand up, and you don't have to sedate them. And so it's so amazing. But Puffy, be nice. Thomas is gonna bite me when he sees Puffy. But we could see the metal in there yesterday, so she has not passed it. So this is what I'm doing. So this is really good if you have a bird that is compromised and needs more nutrition. I believe you can get it from Chewy. It's called Omnicare. And so if you have a bird that you're concerned about, like Thomas tonight, I weighed him and he was 5 grams under, and I was like, I need to motivate him because they're all kind of depressed because I haven't been with them much. I've either been working or I've been with her. So they have not seen me much. It's been terrible, you guys, terrible. And like when I'm with her, I just want to hold her because honestly, I'll tell you the other part. I don't know how much longer she's going to be here, to be honest with you. There's a lot going on. But so it's been tough. So I was a little worried about him. And this is where it's really important when you're super busy. This is really when you got to weigh your birds. Just in case if one is like looking fine, but he's not, that way you can catch it. So I'm like weighing my birds like crazy right now because I don't have time to sit and observe them because I've just been so busy. So the weight never lies. So I'm mixing that with this, the Omnicare. So I bet you can get it on Chewy. I was going to check before I went on here. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay. So, Metamucil, psyllium husk. So this is sugar-free. So this is the sugar-free. Unfortunately, with the supply shortage, it was really, you want to get like the no flavor because Dr. G said most birds don't like the orange, but the queen is so perfect. She actually loves it. And so I'm mixing equal parts of this and equal parts of this. And what happens is, and then I give her 15 milliliters. And so a little bit more, I'm using a bigger syringe, but this is the one I have right here. So it's about like that much. And so I'm mixing equal parts, mixing it, and you got to add a little bit more water to it when you're doing this because this gets really gooey and you don't want to choke them. But then you don't want it to be too runny because you don't want them to fill up on water. But what is supposed to happen is when your bird, if you ever have your bird swallow something, always check with your avian vet. But I know a lot of you don't have, some might not have access to that because there is a vet shortage. I was just watching it on Instagram, as we all know. Equal parts of these two, but you got to make sure. I mean, if there's something going on and you make a mistake, and it wasn't this. Ooh, sorry. You know, you just got to be careful with these guys. But I'm just, you know, I always like to tell you what's going on. So just in case if something happens like this, you know, you have an idea what to do, or ask your veterinarians if, you know, they don't specialize in birds. So there it is, you guys. And so with Victoria, she's well, she used to weigh 520. She has lost weight. She was at 443. And so I'm doing 15 milliliters for her. She's a pretty big bird. Okay, so that's to get the metal out. I'm assuming that's what you would do if your bird swallowed plastic. Also, the other thing that we're doing is oatmeal. Oatmeal also helps push that metal out on top of the chelation treatment, which is given into her muscle. Sorry. It's like in a really bad area right now, which it's given into her muscle. Let me see. Sorry. It's just been one of those days. What can I say? I just want you guys to be able to see the queen. So chelation treatment, which is given into the muscle. We're also doing oatmeal, and then we're also doing sweet potatoes mashed. So I will boil the sweet potatoes and I will mash them and then give them to her, like sweet potatoes, yams, you know, things with consistency like that helps push the pieces of metal out. She got the metal from her play stand. Do you guys remember when she would be at the bottom rolling? I don't know if you ever saw it, rolling the wheels, and I'd make jokes like, oh, she's taking things apart again. Well, and Jessie would be on top of the stand and she'd be rolling the wheels and they'd be rolling throughout the bird room. Well, when she was rolling the wheels, she was taking pieces of that paint, and honestly, it's hard to see. But when she took the pieces of paint, she was also taking the thin slivers of metal. I didn't know this, and this is a new play stand. So it's wild. So this is something that can happen if you have a bird that is cribbing. So cribbing is also something that horses do, and cribbing is something that when your birds, you know, do this to their cage, you know how they kind of grind it? That's cribbing. And so that, you know, we don't know if the cribbing is caused from pain. Is it from her knees all those years being in that tiny cage, like she has bone spurs now in her knees from all those years being in that parakeet cage. And her knees are completely trashed. I'll just say that, because you know, when a bird is kept as a prisoner in a tiny, tiny cage, they can't spread their wings, they can't move. I had to teach her how to walk again because she was just like this for years. Years. She didn't know how to step up, step down, like her muscles weren't working. She was atrophy. So her knees totally got destroyed. Is it pain? Is she cribbing because of that? Or is she cribbing because she was in a small area for so many years? Like, you know how dogs, they'll pace if they're like in a small enclosure. You'll even see with birds, they'll do this pacing thing. Instead, she was just chewing on the bars. You know, is that also a habit, a behavioral habit that she learned, right? All those years of in that abuse. Yes, like children, they can get in the worst things. Yes. So this is something like she didn't swallow like a screw. She didn't swallow a piece of a toy. She chewed on a play stand that was designed for parrots. And so that play stand would be fine for a bird that doesn't crib. But because Victoria is doing that, I have to get her a stainless steel play stand, or actually I'm going to be making her a manzanita play stand. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just not, my mom and I are not letting her go over to the play stand at all. Like, she's not left alone. But it's just shocking what has happened. It's like, I do everything I can to protect my birds, and I give them, well, our Parrot Playhouse toys. They're safe. But, yeah, I don't even want to say everything's safe anyway. It's about knowing your birds, right? If your bird was to, they're all they're natural. But if you got a bird that's going to be swallowing wood, then that's not going to work for your bird. But yeah, so I just do everything. I micromanage everything here. I hover. I'm called a helicopter mom by some vets because I'm literally right over them. I just want to protect them, and still things can happen. Oh, you put your little wingy down. You put your little wingy down. Oh, num, 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 num. Okay, so I also want to talk about her kidneys. This is the really bad part. It makes my head spin just thinking about it, and my heart sink. So her kidneys look like she has severe kidney disease, possibly kidney failure. We're not going to know yet. And until we get a sample, it's tricky. We need a certain type of poop that we can send to a lab. If the poop has any yellow, we can't run it. It has to have like the clear, and that's the problem. She's not having any clear in her poop, but once we get that ran, we'll know more where her kidneys are. And so hopefully we'll know more soon. But so she has really improved in the last, let's say, 15 hours. She's just kind of crashing now because she needs another hydration. Yeah, I know. Yes, April. It just happens that you monitor your birds 24/7 and they still hurt themselves. I know, right? At any second, like a loud bang can happen and Puffy can come crashing down and break his leg. It's insane. Yes, so the metal poisoning is what we believe is affecting her kidneys. And so, we were trying to figure out what was going on. I don't know if you guys saw, but she was having these strokes. And at first we weren't sure if they were seizures. But at first I thought, is it her hormones? Because this is the time of year where she has to have her hormone implant, which was supposed to be today, and it's been canceled till we get this under control. Thank you. Writing, I'm sort of poor until I find a job. Oh, I'm sorry, Karen. What was I saying? Oy vey. What was I saying? Oh, she has to have hydration. in order for when she's getting those injections, chelation therapy, or else they will destroy her kidneys. And when her kidneys are like this, they love the hydration. It really helps her. But the question will be, once the metal passes and once the IV fluids end, will her kidneys be able to survive on their own? Will they function the way they should? Or have they been damaged? 2 years ago, she did have a kidney biopsy on accident. I don't know if you guys remember that whole fiasco. They were, not Dr. G, but Victoria, once again, was not feeling well, and we had to figure out what was going on, and they thought she might have cancer in her cloaca. So they went up to take a sample of the cloaca, and somehow, well, it's easy to do, actually. They missed, and they took a sample of her kidney, and that's when she was bubble bird, because they ruptured an air sac, and that's how we met Dr. G after that. Dr. G messaged me on Instagram and said, hey, can I help? And that's how we found Dr. G. But we had that kidney sample, and her kidneys look good. Now, did that cause the kidney issues? We just don't know, you guys. It's just, birds are so delicate, and they're operating in an environment that this is so foreign to them. You know, our floors have Teflon, you know, our beds have Teflon, you know, everything in our houses are basically toxic to them, especially when we get new things. And then also another thing I just want to mention to you is, because this might be able to help everybody. Dr. G has seen a lot of birds with pneumonia lately and sneezing. And so basically what's happening is there's a lot of mold in these houses. And so these vents, these air conditioning vents, heater vents, they're not cleaned regularly. And so in the summer, everybody's running their air conditioning, and then it gets April. Wait, what question? What question? Can you put the question back down here, please? She is 50. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes, Victoria Cockatoo is 50. Sorry about that, Angie. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Voice for Animals. Sorry, my mind. It's like I got to get all this stuff, this valuable stuff out, or else I will forget. So if somebody has a question, get a hold of me like that. Thank you. People don't understand birds. Okay. So basically, you know, when you're running your air conditioning in these vents, you got a lot of moisture going through these vents, and then you can get mold in these vents. You can get mold in the filters. And so when they're running the heater now, and it's also, the heater's very dry, right? The spores are going throughout the house, and it's really affecting the birds. And it's like the canary in the bird mines. You know, the birds are going to be the first to be affected. So she has seen a lot of birds, and I mean a lot of birds, start to sneeze. They're getting pneumonia, and a lot of it is being caused by mold, and also a lot of it is being caused by, because the houses are too dry, right? So if you have it too moist, you get mold. If you have it too dry, they get sick as well. It is craziness. So what I'm doing here, because I do have to run the heater, I have to keep Victoria Cockatoo nice and toasty. I have this really amazing, she won't come off my arm, sorry you guys, humidifier right there. Now, humidifiers, I love this one. What is this called? Hue Pro. Hue Pro. Got it on Amazon. I need to put that on our Amazon store. I like it because you can clean it. You got to clean those humidifiers out every week, because they will get slime, and once again, you will have mold going through the air. But I'm finding that she has to have that humidifier, and what I love about that humidifier, it has a thermostat on it. It has a humidity control thermostat, so I can put how humid I want it in here. I've been hitting like 55, 60%, depending how, if it's dry outside or if it's wet. Last night it rained, so I put it at 55%. And then I have this oil heater right here. It's a Denaldi. Hold on, let me see. DeLonghi. So DeLonghi. Now I have the older model on our at our Amazon store. I don't have the newer ones, but I love these oil heaters because they're safe. The important thing is when you get them though, because factories, you just never know if they're gonna coat something on them when they're shipping them, if they ship them across the seas or you know, in the water and those things. They don't want them to rust, so sometimes they will put a little something on them. So I burnt mine off for like 72 hours on high, and I just stuck it somewhere else. It's good to burn things off all the time, especially if you have a new heater, a new lamp for your birds. You always want to run them before you put them in the bird room, but you also want to make sure that they don't have Teflon coating or ions, you guys, because these guys are so delicate, you can totally kill them easily. It's just terrible. So all you can really do is your best and educate yourself your best. And I have a small crane. What do you clean yourself with? I have a small, a what? Victoria's so sweet. Sorry, I meant, do you clean your humidifier? Oh, so I clean my humidifier with water and white vinegar. White vinegar and water is like the best cleaner for your bird room. I love it. And for things like that. And so, yeah, and white vinegar is super cheap. So I'll just take it into the bathroom or the kitchen. It comes apart super simple, and just get in there with a brand new toothbrush designed for this, right? Not one that I used on my teeth and that. And I'll just go in there and I'll just scrub it and make sure it's rinsed really well, and just put it back up. It seriously takes me 8 to 10 minutes. It's super quick. So water and white vinegar. And if you're using the vinegar, I don't usually clean with apple cider vinegar. I don't see why it wouldn't. It's way more expensive, right? But white vinegar is what I usually use. But if apple cider vinegar is all you have, I don't see why that wouldn't be a problem. Would be a problem. It should be fine. Which heater do you recommend? Is it available on Amazon? Yes. So it's this one right here, and it's called DeLonghi, and it has a thermostat control. It's an oil heater, and only thing is, if you buy it, burn it in another room on high for like 72 hours, just in case if there's a coating. There's no Teflon on it, but it's always good to burn everything before you bring it into your bird room. Sleepy baby girl. Okay, great. The heater part has a calcium buildup. The heater part, I did not know that. So this heater has a calcium? Huh? I did not know that. Okay. Apple cider, did I miss anything? Yes, bird lover. Bird bodies are such a small system. With the slightest thing can affect them. I know. It is wild, and that's why it's important to weigh your birds constantly. Like, gosh, I used to say weekly, but now I think more. Look, this scale, it's like 20 bucks on Amazon. It could save your bird's life. I don't have a perch. I don't do anything fancy. I just plop them on there, give them a nut, and I weigh them. And that's all it takes. You know, you might want to, no, you can't put anything right there. Honestly, it's as simple as this. 20 bucks, and you just plop them on it, and then it measures in grams, and then you just write it down. Record it. Yes, I think you'll love the vinegar and water. Just make sure when you're cleaning around your birds, though, you do 1 part vinegar and 3 parts water, or else you just don't want it to be too strong. You don't want to like choke them out or yourself. So if you got a bottle, you want to do maybe just like that much vinegar and then the rest water. So vinegar goes a long ways. And boy, with everything going up in price, if you can cut back on money and still get really good quality and safety for your birds, cleaning products are super expensive. That is one place where you can save money for sure. A metal heater part of my crane. humidifier has calcium buildup in it. Oh, wow. It's a heater with a humidifier. I haven't seen that. That sounds pretty cool. But with the calcium, sounds like you got to get that off. Maybe with the vinegar and water. Thanks for the hi, Wyoming Adventures. Thanks for the update, April. I'm losing my exotics vet. Oh man, I put my budgies in a plastic container and weighed them. Oh, good. Yes. So if you got a small bird, that's exactly how you can do it. I'm so glad you said that. So you just got to measure the plastic container first and put some millet in there. That is great. And you can put some millet in that plastic container. So measure it, weigh it out so you know how much it weighs, and then put your bungees in it, or cockatiels or conures in it, and then you can see how much they weigh that way. But if you're gonna put treats in there, make sure you weigh the treats. You can use vinegar cleaner for everything. Clean around your bird. Yes, you can. You can use it on your floors. You can use it on your clothes for washing things. It's so wonderful. So wonderful. Love it. So great. Thank you, Shelby. So that's what's going on. I've been trying to come on here. I've been wanting to tell you guys what's been going on. It's just been really busy having to take her to the hospital twice a day. And so we still have to go tonight. She ate, but let me tell you, that first day where she was going down quick, I was at work because I'm a hairdresser and I have to work right now, you guys. Like, all this is costing money. Dr. G is worth every penny and more, but it is costing money. And she's having a ton of tests. It is a ton of tests. And so those cost money. A lot of those tests that we're doing are super advanced, especially the ones going to my dog. That test for fungus and bacteria, it does these DNA tests on it. So we did a nasal swab, and then she just did a cloaca swab, and so that went away. I can't even tell you, we're testing for heavy metal in her body, so that's been done. We see it. The stand is getting tested. We're testing the paint on it. We're testing the metal on it. Dr. G wants to see if it's lead poisoning, because can you imagine if they're using lead on the stand? She doesn't think so. She's not exhibiting the signs of lead poisoning, but she is exhibiting the signs of metal poisoning. And there's metal on all of our cages. So it's right now, it doesn't look like it's the stand's problem, the fault at all. It's just could happen to any bird that chews on a stand. Wyoming Adventures, I will order some more toys from your store again. My budgie loves them. Well, thank you so much. And in fact, I actually closed it probably for a week and a half because I'm trying to catch up on the toy orders. And I don't know how this is going to go with her. And I've been really busy at work. So it's closed for a week and a half as of yesterday. Because I need to spend as much time with her, because honestly, I don't know how this is going to go. So when I'm not at work, I still have a bunch of toy orders that I'm working on right now. And so as soon as I get those out, when I'm home, every second I have, I'm just going to be holding her and kissing her. Yeah, thank you so much, Wyoming Adventures. But I will come back maybe in a week and a half and check. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad I had to do that. I just was talking to my friend Birgit. And I was like, Birgit, I don't know what I'm going to do. And she is my moderator for Facebook, Instagram, and she helps me with the toy website. And I asked her she'd go on there, and the toy store is closed. I couldn't do it. I was like, oh. But for like a week and a half, it will come back. So yeah. She needs a straw nest to get her off her feet. Who does? Is it a birdie? I'm looking up. Sorry, I'm looking at all the comments with my cell phone, so I'm probably missing a bunch. I apologize for that. So we better go. I gotta see if Dr. G has emailed me. They were coming from the North County, and so she was running late. We were supposed to get Victoria's chelation treatment at 5:30 and hydration, and then I'm also gonna have Dr. G give her a pain shot of, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, betrophenol. Somebody here will probably know exactly what I'm trying to say. She is precious. Thank you, Gina. Thank you. Yeah, she's such an angel. Oh my gosh, bird lover. Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna cry. Thank you. All right, well, that's gonna go to the queen herself. Thank you, bird lover. That's amazing. Okay. Hi, Michelle. Bird lover just put $100 in the super chat for Victoria Cockatoo. I know. I'm like, I want to like jump up and down, but I got the queen on my laps. Thank you, bird lover. We love you. Flock power. VC strong. VC strong. Yes. Bird lover shout out. Everybody's shouting out bird lover. Thank you, bird lover. Yes. Flock power. So, oh. Hail the queen. Yes, I'll hail the queen. No, don't worry, Anne-Marie. This is, guys, just being here as support, flock power support is huge. I didn't know how I was going to tell everybody what had happened. I feel part of it is my fault, right? You got Parrot Playhouse has a bird with lead or metal inside. That is some metal toxicity. That's something I never thought would be coming out of my mouth. Honestly, I didn't know how to get that one out. I sat on it for a little bit, and I was so busy, especially when she was admitted into the hospital for a solid day, and picked her up at 10:30 at night, and Dr. G said, I need to talk to you. I can't give you this news over the phone. And she got real close, and she grabbed my arm, and she's just like, I'm going to tell you something you're not going to want to hear, and it's going to be really hard. And I was just like, oh my gosh, just tell me. And then she pulled out a list from the CAT scan that was found. Can I ask, what's the most amazing rescue transformation you've ever seen? On a bird? On a bird? I don't know. There's different types of transformation if you're talking about a bird. Like Maui over there in the back, my black-headed Kaik, he had a hole in his chest, and he has a lot of confidence now. That's pretty amazing. Victoria, oh, she's pretty amazing. And Thomas, he used to hiss at me. He was so scared of me when I first got him. Took years, and now look at him. Mr. Bueno has so much confidence. That's a pretty amazing transformation. So, yeah, there's like a bunch. Oh, I just realized the cartoon is on. Oh, I hope we don't get a copyright. Hold on, you guys. See, I'm like off my game. I wonder if we are going to get a copyright. Oh, I might have to delete this whole thing. Come here, Thomas. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm off my game right now. I'm sorry, princess. Hold on, baby. I was going to turn this cartoon off, and we might get a copyright. I hate to delete this whole thing. I'll just risk it, I guess. I don't know. What's the worst? What's wrong? Okay. Oh, I know. I turned it off, and I moved. I woke you up. I'm so sorry, baby. Oh, it's going to be so hard for her getting this thing tonight because it's like late and she's going to be cold. So you can't hear it? Okay, good. Good. Oh my God. Thank goodness they are treating her now. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Okay, good. Good. I would just hate to, it's the last thing we need right now is a strike. We already got one because Thomas said a big word 3 times when we were doing a live, and we got busted for that. So he's never done that before. I was just like, what? And he ended it with a bueno. So yeah, Jesse just did it. What's going on over there? Okay. Jesse just made an explosion sound. Yes, they know. We saw it in the CAT scan, but there were 28 pieces in the CAT scan, but now there's only a few, so a lot of it did pass. All right, everyone. Well, we really have to get going. It's been so nice to see everyone. The Queen is upset, and I got to see if Dr. G is ready to see her, because I got to take her. Yes, I know, especially Mr. Bueno. I will. Thank you, Drew. Drew is annoying. I love your name. Hi, Birds Maria. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Michelle, Wyoming, and Maria. It's been nice to see friendly faces on here. Bird lover, we love you so much. Yes, rescues are amazing. Yes, when they gain their confidence, it is unbelievable. Lisa, hello. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Voice for Animals. The Curtis 1981, love you. Yes. Okay. Flock Power, Bird Lover, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys soon. Angie, Paul, I'll have updates coming soon. Bye.